This video right here is about frequency manipulation. First and foremost, we're going to be dealing with your frequency and how it's being manipulated, as well as how this is the #1 cause of black people suffering. Now, why is this important? Because when you look at water, a pond, let's say a pond or a lake, it's still, it's quiet, it's already at peace. The lake does not become disrupted until an outside influence comes and interrupts it. Whether somebody splash in it, jump in it, throw a puddle, drop something in it. These crackers come dump some toxic waste or pollution in it. The point I'm trying to make is the water in its original state was already perfect. It was already peaceful. When a child comes out the womb, a black child, melanated child, it's already perfect. It's already peaceful. It's already loving. Its original state is love. Now, why is this important? Because through the media and through the indoctrination of our indoctrinated parents, we as children grow up to become unpeaceful. And we start seeking something that we already have inside of us, but we just won't take the time to sit still and allow our waters to calm. In this case, we won't sit still and allow our own mind and intellect and inner happiness to settle back to its original state. Why is this important? You were once that calm water. But somebody told you, in order to be calm, aka the calm is symbolic to love, in order to be loving and be calm and be vibrating at your highest self, you need to go get some weave. You need them big rims on your car. You need that big chain. You need this. You need that. You need money. You need to have a good job. You need to have a PhD and a college degree in order for you to be calm. So we have allowed the Caucasian to manipulate our frequencies of life and to tell us in order to achieve something that we originally were, we must chase that. So now imagine this. You got a pond of water that's no longer still. Now this shit is roaring and moving like a river and moving like tidal waves in search of something that it already is if it would just sit the fuck still. That's what black people was doing. We selling drugs. We on stripper poles. We wearing weave. We robbing each other. We acting crazy. We making these crazy ass rap songs. And we out of control because we've been convinced that in order to achieve love, peace, and happiness, we have to do something outside of ourselves when the shit is already right here. It's like looking for your phone around the house when the shit is in your pocket. That's what black people is doing. We trying to find God. We trying to find love. We trying to find all of this shit when it's already right here. This is called frequency manipulation. We are being miseducated and taught to seek outside ourselves to obtain that which we already had from birth if we would just sit the fuck down. Now, why is this important? Because this, how do you find this? You have to learn to become content. And when I say content, I don't mean become content with the wrong things. If somebody's oppressing you and impoverishing you, then you don't become content with that. You fight until that's back in its original state, because that's not original. But when I'm saying you have enough, you have to learn to be content. For example, black people in America, we complain about poverty. We complain about, oh, it's hard. We not going through 1/3 of the shit our original brothers and sisters is going through in Africa with this white man. They ribs is showing. They don't got no shoes. You complaining because you got Nikes instead of Jordans. They don't even got socks on. So we have become discontent in our fight. And we have become manipulated mentally. Our frequencies have been manipulated to believe that we need to sell drugs, sell our women, let our women sell themselves, and break our necks to achieve something that we already have. When we have a better standing in this fight than our brothers and sisters who've been fighting this fight longer than us. So this is called discontentment. It's like the kid who you give him Batman for his birthday and he crying because he want a Superman. Motherfucker, you got a superhero. Some people didn't get nothing. So it's all about becoming content and understanding how to work with what you got and fight your hardest for what you don't have, but don't do nothing unrighteous to gain what you don't have. Once you learn the science of that, then you will once again become the still water. Contentment. Fighting without selling your soul to achieve the win. That is how black people must defeat the inner devil before we defeat the outer devil. And with that being said, we got to understand the science of frequency manipulation. If somebody can teach you to seek outside yourself in order to enhance yourself or in order to achieve peace, you have been manipulated, because the natural frequency and current of everything that flows inward then outward, not outward to get inward. Even the universe, galaxies spiral inward and then give birth to solar systems outward. Everything moves on this current or curriculum of motion. So why don't we? Because we've allowed the Caucasian to rewire our current module of energy. In this case, mental frequency and understanding of life. We've been taught to seek externally to please the internal. And in doing so, we seek temporary pleasures and then wonder why we don't get eternal happiness. Because a cup of juice will never satisfy you or quench your thirst as an ocean full of water or a pond full of water. So we want temporary happiness, and we keep chasing these small temporary trinkets, trying to get eternal happiness or eternal peace, because our frequency has been manipulated and reversed. The current module of which the soul and our minds are running on is the exact opposite of what the universe originally intended for us to run on. Once again, look at a dog. A dog don't care about if you got money. A dog loves you for you. If you put that dog in a mansion, or you put your dog, or you homeless in a box, the dog will still never leave your side, because the dog is content and the dog is in its original state. When it comes to us, look at children. Your child don't care if mommy's a billionaire, and your child don't care if mommy broke. All that child knows is this is mommy, and I love mommy just for being mommy. It's that the child is still content within itself. We grow up talking about, oh, she don't look like this, I don't want her. Or if he ain't got no money, girl, he ain't doing this, I don't want him. We grow up mentally being indoctrinated to become discontent with the soul of a person. And this has caused us to want everybody but for their soul. And then you get somebody who fit the description that you want, and then they ain't shit, and you wonder why you couldn't see this. Because you was looking for everything unnatural and out of tune of what it is you would have originally been looking for had your ass been in tune. So with that being said, we got to get back on our original frequencies and learn how to become content and work with what you got. If you're a millionaire, motherfucker, you should be doing what you can do for the middle class. If you're middle class, you should be doing what you can do for the lower class of black people. If you're lower class black people, then we got to hold it down and be the warriors and solidify this shit so that the two upper classes can do what they got to do for our liberation financially. If you can't make that, or if we can't lead the system and let this motherfucker crash, and that's not the route people want to take because they scared to be original and live off the land. Either way it go, we got to learn how to become content. But first, you got to learn how to become content in the mirror. If you right now watching this video feel like an outfit or a piece of clothes or a piece of hair will enhance the way you look, your ass is not content. You are not liberated from your own thoughts, let alone the thoughts being issued to you by white supremacy. So we have to understand, family, the science of frequency manipulation. Our frequencies are being manipulated from day one. When you a kid and they read you them damn Cat in the Hat, Dr. Seuss books, them children books, Nickelodeon, ooh, look at this, this is shiny, this is what a successful person looks like, they got a nice job, a nice car, they start manipulating the fuck out of you with materialistic things and all of these fabricated things, and they immediately destroy your original mental state of being and teach you that in order to get to that, you have to chase everything that is not even naturally a part of. So understand the science of frequency manipulation. This is what we're going through. We have to destroy it and learn to become content with what we got and strive for more. But understand if that's unattainable, then that's okay. So we got to learn how to just say that's okay. Even children, babies. When kids was babies, you used to tell them, that's why I'm not giving you this. What they say? So? Because I was one of them kids. So? They don't care. Children are not attached. They're not attached to materialistic things. We whoop them. You better care. You better care. We force them to care about shit that they shouldn't care about when really the child was right. So what? So what if you can't play with your toys? So? But we force the child. Attachment brings suffering. Let me give you the science. Attachment brings suffering. What do I mean by attachment? If you drop a penny, you might not even know you dropped a penny. That's how much you didn't care because you wasn't attached. But if you drop $1 million, you're going to be hurt. Why? Because you was attached to the value. So what gives the $1 million the value? Because we know money don't mean nothing. It's paper. What gives the $1 million a value is the attachment. Because you are attached to all you feel that you have. If I put you on an island, what you value as $1 million, somebody stranded on the island might value their last 3 fish they just caught. So if they lose them fish, they're going to suffer inside. They're going to be internally suffering, emotionally. Why? Because they were attached. attachment brings suffering. If you attach to jewelry and somebody steal your jewelry, you're going to get mad. Why? Because you are attached to the fucking jewelry. So we got to understand is, we need to learn how to handle what we have and understand that if something outside of us causes us to no longer have what is in our immediately possession, to just let it go and be like that kid and say, so, I can reacquire this. Or this never meant anything because it was temporary anyway. One day I wasn't going to have this anyway. One day you're not going to be able to fit them clothes anyway. One day them shoes going to get worn out anyway. One day that hat going to get too old to wear anyway. One day that car is not going to run or be outdated. You're going to want another model anyway. So if you destroy it, so what? If somebody steal it, so what? When you die, it's not coming with you. It can't even fit in the casket that they put you in. They can't put your car in your house in your casket. And you are on the astral plane, which means you cannot physically even use any of this anymore. So you're attached to something that you're not going to have forever anyway. You are supposed to use things and love people, not love things and use people. Our frequency have been manipulated and reversed. So with that being said, we have to get back to the original understanding of the self. Value what you have while you have it. Use it to the best of your abilities. And when it leave out your life, so what? You used it while you could. On to the next. That is how you're supposed to live life. Not, oh, I'm mad as hell I lost my phone. I'm mad as hell I did this. I'm mad as hell I did that. We're inheriting negative energy when we don't have to. Because we've been taught this incorrect understanding by the Caucasian. I'm mad as hell you stepped on my shoes and now you ruined them. They're going to be dirty anyway in like a couple months. You ain't going to be able to wear them anyway. You have to buy a new pair. So what are you shooting people over shoes for? Is you out of your damn mind, girl? Like, boy, is you crazy? So we got to understand, family, without me making this video too long, attachment and frequency manipulation. We're being manipulated on our understandings of life because we're being taught by somebody who's not even an original part of creation, so they have an unoriginal understanding on life. So when you allow a Caucasian who has a calcified pineal gland and no melanin, which connects him to the creator, to become your psychologist, to become your teacher, and to become your mental therapist, and you allow Western civilization to civilize your household, did you understand why black people are in the state we're in? Because we're running off the incorrect mental installated programming on the mind. So with that being said, family, switch your frequency back and understand that in order to find love, peace, and happiness, just accept where you are and love where you are and make the best out of it despite what other people may think, and understand that the only reason they think that is because they have the incorrect mental frequency running on their minds. So with that being said, family, get back to being a calm lake, and you do that by just sitting still and being content in your originalness and which is perfection. Because when you came out of the womb, you was perfect. You didn't come out of the womb with cancer. You didn't come out of the womb overweight. You didn't come out of the womb none of that. You came out of the womb perfect. Everything that's imperfect about you was either taught to you or brought upon you by your ignorant actions. So get back to your original state. And you do that by just becoming content where you are and complacent where you are and striving to be better, but not suffering if that goal is not accomplished, because you understand that everything is temporary. So you manifest what you can, and you don't suffer about what you was unable to manifest. And with that being said, family, peace.